everybody. This is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Our shout out today goes to James Howard, who reached out to me on YouTube and says he's been listening for years. Thanks, James, for being a faithful listener. And guys, when you write in, always let me know the town or the city from which you're writing. It just helps me to connect with you across the world. So today, this is for you, James. I hope this blesses you. It's a little bit of a somber moment here, though. Got to warn you. John chapter 12, verses 39 through 40. John says, therefore they could not believe. Now he's speaking about people that they were hoping would believe, but didn't. For again, Isaiah said, it's a quote from the Old Testament, he has blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, lest they see with their eyes and understand with their heart and turn, and I, God, would heal them. Now, I got to be honest with you. When I read these words here, they kind of made me sad because, of course, they were true in Isaiah's time, and we know they're true in Jesus's time, but they're even true in our time, aren't they? There are people out there who will refuse to believe. And it doesn't matter what you do for them or what you say to them. They just outright refuse to believe. And they're given plenty of opportunities, aren't they? They get to hear the message in this situation. They get to see the miracles of Jesus. But they reject the opportunity to believe in Jesus. And looking back on these situations and unbelievers, there's only one way to perceive their situation. It's exactly the way that Isaiah perceives it. They are blinded and hardened, and healing is out of their reach. It's just out of their reach. And I think this is pretty much descriptive of the state of our world today. It's beginning to feel like it's out of our reach, isn't it? I mean, the things in our world that we should be ashamed of, we now celebrate? Seriously? We celebrate them because we are blinded to the truth. We've established our own truth regarding things like family and marriage and intercourse and gender and love. And we've made up our own rules and laws and regulations for all these things, and we celebrate them shamelessly. And our truth doesn't line up with God's. In addition, there are now pastors and politicians and influencers and corporate leaders who wave the banners of this truth shamelessly. But biblically, some of these practices, if not all of them, are shameful. And according to Isaiah, understanding and healing are now out of their reach. Fellas, as this world becomes, more deceived and darker and devious, we need to be praying for ourselves and our spouses and our children. But we also need to shamelessly understand and share biblical truth with others at every turn. We need to return to biblical obedience and rightly celebrate righteousness, not disobedience. But to do this, you're going to have to model it, because most don't even know how to do this anymore, primarily because they got it all backwards now. So you are going to have to address your disobedience, publicly share your shame about that, receive healing and sight from God, and testify to this in your life again and again and again and again. And hopefully your testimony will get to others before it's too late. I love you guys. I pray this blesses you today. If it has, share it with someone else, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.